want to see a picture of me grabbing Jared Goff's dick?
All right, everybody, welcome back to 2.5 Fans Internet Show, episode number 3. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Please, if you like what we're talking about, give us a like, throw us a subscribe, leave us some comments, leave us some feedback. We really would appreciate it. We're having a good time doing this, and we appreciate everybody that watches. Let's start with the Lions, baby. Let's start with Cookie. Take over. Take it on, man. The floor is yours.
I'm just going to drink for this one. That was from Sunday. All right. We're start off. Poppy's home. Poppy's home. Did you guys see that? Poppy's home. Their tweet about Jared Goff. They took a picture of Jared Goff and said, Poppy is home.
Terrible.
Well, go back out for some milk because I don't want Poppy. Okay. What the hell was that performance by Jared Goff? He threw the ball like Uncle Rico. Actually, Uncle Rico could throw the ball over the mountains. Jared Goff is scared to throw the ball over 20 yards down the field. And when he finally gets the balls to throw the ball, he throws a pick six right before halftime. I don't care he threw for 338 yards and 3 touchdowns. His QBR was 20-5. 20-5.
That's so bad.
His stats are from garbage time plays. He needs to make a play. He needs to give his receivers a chance to make a play and needs to put us in a better position to win the game. If I hear he played decent from people who just looked at his stat line, one more time, I'm going to go crazy because he cannot throw the ball. You've seen this before from him. He's not special at all.
The people after the game that were, oh, I love the fight in them. It was good to see them fight. Like Lions fans are just abused. I mean, they accept the abuse.
It's gone through too much and anything like that. A little bit of
Cookie, what were you expecting before the season started?
I don't know. Are they fucking with us?
No.
Because I'm not too sure if the Lions are good or bad. Their coaching was aggressive.
Sure?
Well, I'm not too sure. Listen, I'm not too sure because their coaching was aggressive, which I really liked. Okay.
I like that too.
But defensively, get out of here. Your secondary looked like Bishop Sycamores. Okay. And I mean you, Jeff Okudah. I mean you.
Jeff Okudah just did not show up. And then he's getting ripped.
No,
he's going to go down as one of the worst picks we've ever had. We could have had Justin Herbert.
And now he's out for the season.
Yeah, now he's out. And I'll pray. And you know what? I'll pray for your health and recovery, Jeff Okudah. But that does not excuse your absolutely garbage that you call coverage, dude. Make a fucking play. Turn around. Make a play on the ball.
That one touchdown went right to bro. He just got beat. Like it was
not even that, bro. His back was to the quarterback. Okay, he was in good positioning. All you needed to do was turn his head and make a play on the ball. The ball was right next to him.
I love what I'm hearing out of you, Cookie. You're turning the corner. You're turning the corner to the good side over here. I mean, we're not even into 4 quarters. We finished 4 quarters of the season. Cookie's already on the.
No, other than that, okay.
Already on the dark side, Jacob.
I'm not on the dark side, okay? Because I want to.
Hey, we've been there. We were there 2 weeks ago.
Listen, I want to thank Swift. I want to thank Hawkinson. I want to thank Jamal Williams. They played absolutely awesome. Okay, and I see bright sides on this team that we currently have. Their coaching was good for the first game, but the holes on the defensive side might be uncoachable.
This is Cookie too. What's going to happen though is like our coaching staff has a 6-year contract, so they've built it to where now they're able to fill those. Hopefully, because we say this every time we get a new staff, like hopefully they build those spots. That's how I looked at it. I wasn't going in with any expectations.
Well, dude, I have some expectations. I do, because you know what? As a fan of a team, you're supposed to have some expectations if you love them team. It's not funny, okay? I'm gonna say something. I don't know. I hate this guy. I love Matt Patricia. I want to say sorry just a little bit because I used to rag on his bad not break shit. But no, okay. Our defense is just that bad. Our defense is just that bad. Okay. Rushing looked good. Our rushing did look good. Our rushing looked great.
Don't forget who drafted Okudah. Who was the people that drafted Okudah?
Yeah.
Patricia.
bro.
Right now, they're
Jared Goff-
rebuilding Patricia's mess.
Yeah.
That's what they're
Jared,
doing.
yeah,
now.
but Jared Goff doesn't look any bit decent. Okay, he underthrew so many balls. He didn't throw past 5 yards down the field in the first quarter.
I asked you last week, who was he going to throw the ball to?
Okay,
no
weapons.
one.
I'm tired of no. If you watch the game, I don't want to hear he has no weapons. Okay, because I watched.
I'll give you that.
He has Hawkinson. Okay, he has Swift. He has Williams. He's got a duo backfield that they're actually great. Okay,
Which that was fine. Their running game and their tight ends was fine.
I know,
Outside
but no,
of that,
I watched.
Who was he able to throw to?
I watched St. Brown beat a defender 3 separate times down the field, and he didn't throw to him.
So here's my
Give
thing.
him a chance and throw the ball to him.
Here's my thing. When you watch a good football team, they get a lead and they keep a lead. Sometimes a team comes back, you go back and forth. The Lions are doing one of two things every weekend. They're either getting smoked or they're getting smoked and then they're making a comeback in the fourth quarter to make it look like it's some sort of a game. So until the Lions are winning in the third quarter and then the other team comes down, makes a drive, and the Lions come back to take the lead or something like that. I mean, what are you getting? I mean, what were you?
Okay, what I think happened is at halftime.
No.
And Campbell walked in there, ripped their asses.
No, this is the NFL. You think a halftime speech? What is this? Any Given Sunday? Al Pacino? No. Okay, this is the NFL. It happens every time the Lions do it. They get, and this was always a knock on Stafford, who we'll get to next.
I miss him.
Hold on, keep your thoughts on him because I want to talk about that too. But so Stafford would always have. This was always a knock on him. Was he was a fourth quarter, prevent
and
defense.
He had to make that comeback.
Teams are a little bit checked out. So same thing with yesterday. I don't know. I mean, the 49ers absolutely handled that game until what was it?
The
like
last couple minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't even like 7-8 minutes.
And they did cover. The Lions did cover. I had plus 9.5 before the game.
Oh,
I put it in, and they covered. And I thought
that was the back door of the. That was the back door of the weekend right there. The back door cover.
That was amazing.
So,
but
let's go, Cookie. I know you've been all day. What's your final thoughts on the game? What I mean.
I just don't know. I'm lost for words.
What
like
do you mean
I don't know
lost for words?
Because how are you gonna play how you played with no
what were you expecting?
Dude, okay, Jared Goff is a terrible quarterback. Yesterday was a terrible quarterback. Okay. I don't know. I've seen him play decent. I've never seen him play extraordinary. Okay. But yesterday, like it was awful. Terrible.
I mean,
49ers are one of the best defenses too in the league.
Okay.
They are.
We're not going to, it's not going to slow down though, because all the NFC West that we have to play, all 4 of them won yesterday. They all looked great.
Yeah, all 4 NFC North lost.
And next week Goff has a Monday Night Football game in Green Bay, first game in Green Bay. So
you
have to figure something out for that.
Obviously, I'm not surprised. I'm definitely going to clip you of last week and you of this week and just show everybody how freaking crazy you are. Because
this is exactly show everyone what the Lions can do to you.
Yeah, it's exactly why I love you though, because I was there at your ripe age of mid-20s, and then they do this to you and they rip your heart out. They rip your heart out, and then you actually think that a team as historically as bad as us is going to come out and beat the 49ers in week 1. I love you. You're the man.
I felt it. And I also felt it the first drive, even the second drive.
I can't take
I had this on. I was going crazy.
My man, did you
face mask moving around?
Did you happen to get on the jumbo screen?
Yes, I did. I got on the jumbo screen about like a minute right after we got that fumble. Okay, I got on the jumbo screen. I was going crazy, me and my boy. And right when I saw myself on the jumbo screen, it was just instinct. I lifted my shirt up. I don't know. I couldn't I didn't think about it. It just shirt up. Immediately, and the guy like stared. Like the guy was like, I was like on row. I was like in the 3rd row, and the guy was like, camera up, and then looked at me afterwards. And was like, I'm like, what do you want from me? We just got a fumble. I have this sunglasses on. Okay, best
$15.
Best $15. I'm gonna lift up my shirt, tits out.
So no surprise, Lions lose week 1, heartbreaker. Typical Lions fashion. Give the fans a little bit of hope. Bring them back in the fourth quarter, and it means absolutely nothing. So we just touched on it. Our boy Stafford, first game Sunday night. He put on a show for everybody. Let's start with you, Boon. What were your thoughts on Stafford week 1?
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly what happened, like it was not anything that we didn't expect was going to happen.
Right.
Like he has so many, like the weapons he has around him. He doesn't have the running backs that he wanted, but the receivers that he had, the defense that they had, the Rams had, like it's just like he had.
It's a
I'm
really
pretty
good
sure.
team.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he had. I saw he had his highest rating he's ever had in his career. His
156.
first game with the Rams.
Yeah.
Which is just absolutely insane for him to just go in there do that.
6 stat line. Let's see. He had 321 for 3 TDs, and they won 34-14. So I mean,
and some of the deep balls he's throwing, it's just like
perfect.
stuff we saw here in Detroit in fourth quarters, except he's able to do it the whole game, and he has a defense on the other side being able to back him up. And like it was a game. It was their game the whole time. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, that they're probably going to be like that's my Super Bowl pick, them or the Bills. And I'll stick with that because they are very, very good, especially their defense too. Like he's got both sides now.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of people were saying that that was the Bears defense, or they played the Bears. I mean, the Bears defense is pretty good. They're
yeah. It looks like they took a step back. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but they still got good pressure for a little while up front. But I mean, absolutely incredible. So, Cookie, I mean, Stafford's getting his first playoff win this year. Am I correct?
Yeah. No. Yeah. He's 100% getting his first playoff win. I watched him. And that's why I have these glasses on. I don't want you guys to see my eyes, but I swear I had tears.
Yeah,
I had like tears pooling up in my eyeballs. That first that when he bootlegged out, he like went out to the left and then he's planting his feet and tossed it right over.
When he's dancing down the field.
Bro, I literally was like, that should be us.
How about the throw in the throw and catch with was it Robert Woods in the back of the end zone?
Oh yeah.
Just there's a dart and just a perfect catch.
Even the Cooper Kupp throw right off, I think it was like he just wide open.
It's nice to see his. It was nice to see his sidearm throws again. It's nice to see him back out.
It's going to be so.
To see him loving it.
It's going to be so crazy to see that NFC West battle. I mean, all of them looked so good.
The NFC West is so good.
Because I mean, Seattle looked great. Arizona might have looked the best of anybody all weekend.
Who can stop them? Like after watching that game,
they looked awesome. And I mean, and then you have the Rams played great, and the 49ers looked great. I mean, the 49ers look like a really good football team.
49ers, that collapse. Like, what was that collapse? And now they have Mostert on the IR.
Yeah, that was a tough one. He went out quick. I mean, he had two.
I still think the 49ers are going to struggle because they don't really know who their quarterback is. It seems like too.
So of all those four, I do think that not that they look bad, but they probably look the worst of the four. But man, I'm so happy for Stafford. That stadium is incredible.
Every time they showed
absolutely incredible.
Insane.
Beautiful.
I'm happy for Stafford,
and they look great. There's no defense that's going to be able to bottle that up. It's going to be tough. I mean, you're going to have to. And then the defense to go along with it. Great coach. After the game, I saw that the owner and the coach gave Stafford the game ball. So that was really, really cool. I love it. I'm happy for Stafford. It's kind of like when you see one of your exes move on and you try to like shit talk the guy, but he's actually like a good dude.
You gotta bring up
Hey, it's like the you guys see
was that too soon, Cookie? Was that too soon?
Come on, man.
But no, it's just like you see him and you're happy for him. But like you're almost like, wow, man. I mean,
it's
just
that Neymar video, or I think it was him that they have him. He's at his ex's wedding, and he's just sitting on the side. He was like, "I promised her I'd be there." It's like us just sitting there watching the Rams. Like,
dude,
we promised him we would always be a fan of his. Like,
bro, I'm sitting in my room. I got candles lit.
Up.
I got candles lit in my room. I got a glass of wine, and I'm playing Marvin's Room by Drake.
Right.
It's just on repeat on vinyl. I was crying, dog. Like,
has a new Drake.
I'm excited to see it. So great first week for Stafford. Terrible first week for the Lions. About as Detroit sports fan typical weekend as you get. So let's move on to a couple other games. Green Bay and the Saints. Let's start with you, Cookie. Is there trouble in paradise in Green Bay, or is it an overreaction?
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't think it's an overreaction. I think that whatever transpired over the offseason is like now happening right now.
Yeah,
I think Aaron Rodgers, like I saw a comparison between him and Tom Brady, and like I can't believe this guy is 7 years younger than
he looks like shit.
Tom Brady.
He does not look good.
He looks like a sociopath that he is.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is a known sociopath, and he actually looks like a sociopath.
He looks like he went on like a 2-year like sabbatical in the woods or something.
Oh,
He
I
don't look
swear,
on a
yeah, like,
crazy
he was at
bender.
Joshua Tree or something.
like
Like, dude,
I mean-
I don't think I've ever seen Aaron Rodgers not throw not throw a touchdown, but he threw 2 interceptions.
they have some
he's
bad
struggled.
he'll have a really bad game, but I don't think there's two people I dislike more than Aaron Rodgers and LaFleur, the coach. I mean, they both
Hey,
suck.
shout
and
shout
I think they hate each
out to
other.
LaFleur.
No shout outs to him.
No
No
shout outs.
Saginaw-
no shout outs
Saginaw
on this
Valley.
pod. No shout outs on
Saginaw
this
Valley
pod.
We don't
grad.
shout him out on this pod.
Bleep that out.
I
Bleep that out.
have to. Saginaw Valley grad. He's right there with me.
I saw they shouted you out for your birthday. That was pretty sweet. Happy birthday, Boon.
Happy birthday, Boon.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
I agree. I think there's trouble in paradise. I think they dislike
Yep.
each other. After the game, the coach said one thing, and then Rodgers came out and he kind of said the opposite. And I think Rodgers is at the point where the dude made so much money and he's so like famous that like he looks at that coach like he's a little peon. So
He is. I think
Boon.
he's a peon.
Boone, same
Yeah.
game. Same game. I know you were pumped about your boy Jameis. Same
Yes,
kind
sir.
of a question. Fluke game or is Jameis for real? Because those are some kind of fluky numbers.
No, that was a real game. If you look at some of his games when he started before a couple years ago, he threw a lot of interceptions, but he threw touchdowns. Like
But he only had
played-
150 yards on 5 touchdowns. One
and
of them
that's
was
his. He's
one
so,
of them was
he
50
has
yards.
An arm. He has an arm. Like he's accurate. He knows where to put it. And now he's like I said last week. He's with Sean Payton. They know exactly how to game plan with. Like this will happen every week. It's not going to be 5 again. He might have 2 or 3, and they might have Kamara might run a couple in. But they're going to be like they're very very good. Like if he was playing last year and started over Drew Brees, they probably would have gone to the Super Bowl. Like they
Well, I
have
think-
that team.
yeah, I think
to
it,
do that with him in the spot.
With
Yeah,
Michael
I agree.
Thomas
I
coming
think what's
back.
working out for them is the Falcons look like shit.
Yeah.
Carolina didn't look all that great. And then
Sam Darnold looked good.
I mean, I was happy for him to see him do that. That
He has
was
a
great.
little team. Yeah.
That was great. So I think they're in a spot where they'll be nice in their division. I love Jameis. I think he might.
He's
be
just so good at
the
like,
funniest
passing the ball.
guy in
Like
the league.
when he got put in that one play last year in the playoffs, and he just makes one pass right on the dime touchdown. Like he's 1 for 1 in the playoffs last year with the touchdown. Like he just goes out there, takes care of business. I think. Like I already saw the MVP watch for him after that game. I don't know about
Where
that.
did it go? Where did it move to?
I didn't see the line for it. I was looking for it, but I just saw people tweeting out like, "Is this a serious MVP candidate for that in the NFL right now?"
I don't know.
Oh,
I
man,
think Stafford. I think Stafford might go and be
Stafford's right there after week 1. Stafford, Jameis. I mean, you could throw a couple guys in there, but that was.
But I don't think there was
that was a
anyone else on the
performance.
league that like looked like whoa to me. Like
Oh no, I
individualized
disagree with that.
players,
I think that
Except
Dak
Tyler,
Prescott.
no, the one thing are you talking about strictly quarterback?
quarterback wise.
Oh, I thought
Prescott
there was.
looked.
I mean, did you guys? Well, so the only thing that can really get in the Saints' way is obviously the Bucks, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
and that's that. So we'll kind of transition into what I wanted to talk about next. Is, I thought the Chiefs and the Browns. I thought even Baker played good, but I mean, Mahomes is
He's right back where he was.
and the Dak and Brady showdown. I thought those were awesome. And then you throw in Stafford. I think there was some good
I
quarterback
agree.
play this weekend. Josh Allen didn't play that good. The
No, he
Steelers
didn't play
defense
good.
is, they are tough.
Mhm.
They got some boys on that team. Their
Yeah.
third receiver is Juju Smith-Schuster, I think. If you
And
look
he,
at
Yeah.
it, okay.
man, he made some good catches. Like,
Great
they all
catches.
made
Great.
great
Yeah.
catches all week.
He makes
It
some
was-
great blocks. Like
So let me
I
ask you
never
guys this
really
question. Let me
realized.
ask you guys this question. Chiefs, Bucks both win extremely tough games against good
Yeah.
teams to start the season off. Either of them having a Super Bowl hangover? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Chiefs was Super Bowl hangover in the first
The
half.
first
They
half,
looked
the first
flat.
half, yeah.
Yeah,
But I
looked
think
really
that's just
flat.
because I think that's because the
Cleveland's
Browns are
good.
so good this year.
Yeah,
I
they're
think
good.
they underestimated the Browns going into the game. The Browns are a legit
Chiefs are
Super
slow
Bowl
starters
contender.
though. Sometimes we've seen this from them before. Even in
And
playoffs, they'll go down.
They had a
17.
couple of guys missing on their defense as well. I think I don't know if I pronounce Matthew or whatever his name is. He was out,
Tyrod.
and that's their best defensive player. He was out, so they were struggling a couple on the defensive end, but the Browns are legit. Like the Browns
Yeah.
are legit. I was so surprised
Yeah.
to see them put.
Yeah, the Browns are going to be really hard to beat this year, but
If they don't miss that field goal if that punt right there,
Yeah.
if that doesn't get blocked there or he doesn't drop that, the Browns probably win that game and they're a legit contender.
yeah, I think neither of them are going to have a Super Bowl hangover. I think they're both looking good.
Yeah,
They're both looking really
I
good.
agree.
Throw in like the Cardinals look great. Steelers, I think
Cardinals look explosive, like really explosive.
very dangerous.
And their defense was like stingy as hell. Like
poor
Derrick Henry only
poor,
had 58 yards.
poor Taylor Lewan. I mean, he got eaten alive. Did you see his tweet? Felt bad for him.
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, felt bad for him. But
He
you
gave
know,
up like 5 sacks, I think. Or something.
yeah, Chandler Jones is good, but coming off an injury, I mean, that's I like that he took the accountability though. It's a good dude. I like him. I like his podcast. Him and Will Compton do a good one. Anything else from the NFL stood out to you guys?
I think that's about it. I'm ready for this Monday night game, and hopefully that's it. I mean, I think it'll be good. The Ravens, they're a running team, and all of their running backs tore their ACL and got hurt.
Right.
So
we're recording for everybody that's watching. We're recording this actually Monday night during the game. So predictions. We'll start with Cookie. Who do you like tonight? Ravens and Raiders at Vegas. First ever game in Vegas.
I'm going Ravens. I don't think the Raiders really have much to.
They're the favorite.
Like, I know. I just don't think they have much. The Raiders. The Raiders is like their core. Derek Carr is not that to me. Like these.
You're crazy.
Boon, who do you like? Who do you like tonight? Real quick.
I think the Ravens will win, but I have the Raiders to cover just because
Plus
I think the
5.5.
Raiders are good. Darren Waller, they have good receivers.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs, they have a couple good running backs behind him. Their
Yeah.
defense is always good, and they're at home in Vegas.
Yeah.
And with all the injuries on the Ravens, but I don't think Derek Carr is that bad.
I think
Like he can have a team around him to make him look good.
I think Derek Carr's a
Definitely.
top half of the league quarterback. He's pretty good. I think tonight, first game in Vegas, that place is going to be. They've never had fans before. The place is going to be crazy. Monday night. I think too many injuries for the Ravens to overcome. I do like the Raiders tonight. I don't love going against the Ravens though, because I love the Ravens. I just think they lost like 3 running backs in a week.
Their top 3 running backs.
In 1 week. So, but I'm really looking forward to seeing that stadium. That stadium's gonna be sick. So, great NFL first opening weekend. Terrible for us as usual, but a lot of great stuff to come out of it. Just still I think the cream is still at the top. The top teams are the top teams. I love it. It's great. It's great to have it back. I didn't move yesterday all freaking day. So
I watched football all day.
All day. It was so good to be back. It was so good to be back.
Just lost some money. That's what I did.
Yeah, I
made a lot of money yesterday.
I just dislike that they had the Lions on for so long. They should have switched over to a more competitive game. That was such a boring game. Anyways, let's get into college football. Kind of a meh weekend for the home teams. Michigan goes out, beats a really, really, really shitty Washington team. Boone, you were there. What were your thoughts?
Just like you said, that Washington team wasn't that good.
Terrible.
Like going into it, they set that game up because Washington was top 25, and they're just not as good as they were projected. That's those preseason rankings are all just
and the COVID year, they were overrated like Indiana.
But I mean, honestly, I think the only positive thing out of it, I'm sure you were at the game too. Like our running backs are insane. It's like a team to where if with our offensive line and our running backs, we could probably win 8, 9, or maybe 10 games just based off of that. They could throw. Yeah, I think so. And I think with the defense, with Aiden Hutchinson on the other side,
chance.
I don't think they're that bad.
You think Michigan's going to run the ball on Penn State, on Wisconsin, on Michigan State, on Ohio State? No way.
I 100% with those 2 running backs and our offensive line. I wouldn't put it past it. Still have the 7.5 over. I still think they're going to hit that over.
I think they're going to hit the over. Yeah.
They easily will win 8 games just because of that. They gave me
go back on my word.
No, I don't. I think that was.
They look good.
No, they did not.
Yes, they did.
No, they just didn't pass. They just didn't pass the ball. But
they're looking at it.
Awesome.
Okay,
and hear me out.
Let me tell you something. When you're playing a team that you're clearly better than Washington. Washington sucks. Okay,
they're terrible.
You really honestly think that this is the game plan going into the rest of the year? Throw for 45 yards?
No.
There's teams like Penn State. There's teams in the Big Ten that are more running team, and they've had success in the Big Ten.
It's not going to work.
I think that's what Michigan's MO is this year. Is they have to run the ball. They have 2.
We do not have
great running backs.
We do not have better linemen. We do not have better linemen than everybody else. We don't have no. I don't know what Michigan team you're looking at. When have we pushed people around? When was the last time we pushed anybody around?
We rushed. Well, we had 2 rushers at 150 yards.
Yeah.
That Blake Corum guy looks
Even
good.
if it's versus Washington, that's one of the most impressive things you can have in a game is 2 150-yard rushers.
It's a bogus stat. Bogus stat.
That's impressive.
I was at that game.
Impressive.
Some of the worst play calling, some of the most boring play calling. When we play a
It's
team
boring.
that's real,
It's
when we play a
boring to
team
watch,
that's real, and we
They
play a
win.
team that's legit. I mean, we can't get a quarterback to throw down. I mean, we have wide receivers are not getting open. He can't block.
That's why I don't think our quarterback's bad. I just think those receivers cannot get open. Like it just did not. Those receivers like
no Michigan fan can tell me that if we're gonna just hand the ball off 50 times a game, why we don't have the super freshman JJ in.
Yeah.
What's the point?
No, I agree with you.
What's the
I
point?
just say think ahead these next couple of weeks. We don't have the best. Like we have an easy schedule. This is a perfect time for them to do that and start trying to incorporate the pass within this run game that they have before we get at Wisconsin, before we get to Penn State, and before we play at Michigan State. I think we play three bad.
Even that
teams
bullshit's
the next
making
3
me
weeks.
sneeze, man. Come on, man. What the hell is wrong with Michigan fans, dude? What is wrong with the
So-
Cookie? What do you think?
I
From a
thought
neutral
Michigan
perspective, what did
Talk
you
to me,
neutral-
Cookie.
I
Talk
thought
to me,
Michigan
Cookie.
looked good. I'm gonna agree with
Let's go.
Boon because their rushing looked great. That Blake Corum guy, he's going.
Boon,
He's
this is not the side you want to be on. Okay. This is
Yeah,
not the
no,
side you
I'm
wanna
getting
be on.
nervous. I'm starting to get nervous. Like Cookie, no, go the other way, man.
no, okay?
We're looking good, Cookie. Go the other way.
No, Michigan's good.
Yeah.
No, I think we
But
look good.
I think their rushing looked great. I still see some holes in their defense, but they played good defensively. There's a couple times where I'm like,
Montana's offense. The only thing worse than watching Michigan on offense was watching Montana or Washington on offense. That was the most Boon. If it wasn't for the yellow pom poms, that was the most boring game of all time. If that was the most boring,
that
game.
was one of the
Beautiful
most
scene.
like. That's my second night game at the Big House. The
Incredible.
other one versus Michigan State. That was one of the most electric,
Incredible.
just atmospheres you'll be in. I was sitting next to.
There were
Washington
zero
fans.
Washington fans there.
There was I was in the Washington fan section up at the top, and I'm sitting there, and the whole time I'm yelling to them. I'm like, "Go Montana, go Montana!" Just messing with them. And then some old guy looked at me and goes, "This I've traveled for years with Washington to Florida State, all these big games. This is like they said, this is one of the craziest atmospheres."
That was. It's like normally you'll see like
that
if
was
you see a
insane.
state game or if you see an Ohio State game, they'll be like 25-30% red or green or whatever. That was that place was
All maize.
All maize. All maize.
It was,
all the way
it was
around.
amazing.
It looked awesome. I saw
It was
pictures.
crazy. I'm glad I went. My gut says this is going to be a really bad year for Michigan. Really bad.
I don't
bad.
think we play enough good team. Like we played 3 or 4 good teams. Big Ten's down right now.
Well,
yeah.
We were boosted up in the preseason polls because of the COVID year. Penn State, we play Northwestern in 2 weeks. Northwestern was ranked in the beginning of the year.
Right.
They're bad. We play them in 2 weeks.
Wisconsin, Wisconsin, Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan State. If you honestly think that we're gonna overpower them, then I don't know. I don't know.
I think those are games now from before last year. Those are losses. I think now you can mark those up as a 50-50 game to where if we're running really well and we can play decent defense, we could come out of there with a win. Not
a chance with 4 for 15 for 50 yards like we got over there.
That was bad.
That was horrible. So you kind of touched on it. Let's do this first. Michigan State, took care of business this weekend. Nothing to talk about.
Yep.
Did what they had to do. I was kind of hoping they had a first game big win, kind of peek ahead week where they're looking at Miami and maybe they would slip up a little bit, but Michigan State took care of business. So let's just talk about the upcoming game. They're going to Miami. Miami is a 6.5 point favorite.
6.5?
6.5 point favorite right now. Boone, who do you like? I mean, Miami just came off a 2-point win over Appalachian State, who's pretty good, but
App State's not bad. Yeah, I agree with you. I honestly, what is Miami right now? Are they still? They're 24.
Yeah, they're still gonna be ranked.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to lean on the side. I'll probably pick this as it gets closer to Saturday to see if the line moves, but I probably will go Michigan State if it's 6.5 or if it even goes a little higher, just because Michigan State is like, obviously they played Youngstown, but I did not think they were that bad. They're not that bad. And Miami, to me, like they probably shouldn't be ranked right now.
Jason,
mean,
are you
with that-
frozen or are you just shook? Because why were you looking like that? Michigan
Why?
State's not that bad. You're
I don't
like
think
on
they're
a-
that. I don't think they're that bad. Like their quarterback came in. He's a solid quarterback.
I mean, I
Dude,
think
he-
they're. I think
his
they're
offense
way,
looks great.
I think I would
Yeah.
much rather. I think I'd much rather be.
I feel
I would-
more
I would-
comfortable.
I would take
with
Michigan State's
State in the
offense.
spread.
I would take Michigan State's offense over Michigan's offense in a heartbeat right now. And we're going to find out
100%.
Saturday if Michigan State's for real. If they go down to Miami and they beat Miami
At Miami, that's a big
at
game.
Miami, bro, watch out. They could start. I don't remember what the schedule was, but I think they're pretty good after this for a couple weeks. They could start.
We're in the Big Ten. They should have a couple of easy games.
Yeah, they could.
Rutgers and
Yeah, they might.
I think they have the Rutgers next.
What's your gut tell you right off the bat, Cookie? I mean, I know you're obviously a bias, but
I'm biased and I'm gonna stay on my bias and I'm gonna go Michigan State win against Miami.
no reason,
I just-
no reason for you not to right now, right? You're giving me no reason.
They didn't give me one reason last week or on
agree.
Saturday to just be like, wait, hold on. They went down the field. They
Took care of
scored
business.
touchdowns. They took care of business, stopped them on defense, did
Well,
what they needed to do. There was nothing.
the only thing
was
that
like-
worries me is the two teams they played are scrubs, though. That's the only thing that worries me.
Correct.
It's
What about-
Northwestern,
Correct.
yeah.
So I think that's what is right now with that 6.5 point spread. Is the
Yeah,
fact
and
that
Miami
they're going
lost to Alabama. Like, that's their
Alabama,
loss.
and then I think Appalachian State would actually play anybody pretty tough.
I
So
agree.
yeah,
I agree.
good. We'll see. I'm
I don't
excited.
know, but that Appalachian
circling
State
that.
it's Appalachian State. Like,
I'm- You might have a little bit of a hangover from the Alabama game from Miami last week. You get pounded
Well,
like that.
There
But
was a lot of teams that were down this week and that played close games.
yeah, it was
They
a
have-
really
I mean-
kind of an off weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have Nebraska. Michigan State has Nebraska, Western Kentucky, and then Rutgers for the next 3
Yeah.
weeks.
So-
and then
And then
Indiana. That's
So they could go-
good stretch.
So Michigan State could be 6-0 if they get through this weekend.
Yeah.
Could be.
So I'm circling that game. I'm looking forward to it. All right. So you mentioned it already a little bit earlier. Big Ten kind of down. I'm sure you're referencing the Ohio State loss. So what do you guys think was the worst loss of the weekend? There was a few big ones. I got marked down here. Ohio State, Texas, Florida State, USC were the biggest four, I thought. What was your guys' opinion? Who had the worst loss of the weekend?
I think Texas.
Terrible.
I
I
think because
think-
the reason why I think Texas is because they say they're back.
Oh, they got
Well,
That's-
they
that's-
say that every year. It reminds me
Yeah.
of Michigan. Like it's Michigan. And it
very
might be
similar
worse.
Entitlement. Very
They're
similar.
ranked top 15 every
Yeah.
year in the preseason. And
huge alumni base. They make a ton
Yeah.
of money, sell out every weekend. Michigan, Texas, Tennessee are the exact same program.
and it's
Living in the 90s, living in the early 2000s. They got 100,000 in their stadiums, beautiful stadiums, and they all think every year they're going to be the national champs. Tennessee still thinks they're national championship contenders.
same with USC too, though. Like all these teams that lost.
Well,
like
USC, I don't think are they as still as
they've
yeah.
been in the they've been. I
you're
mean,
right.
in 2017 they won the Rose. They went to the Rose Bowl, but I mean, besides that, the last 6 to 7 years, it's like where are you guys at with the money that they?
well, they
probably
fired their
could-
coach. Did you send me the text
Just
this morning?
a couple hours ago. They just
Yeah, they fired or this afternoon.
Yeah.
So the reason why I think the Texas loss is bad, Cookie, is because they're talking all this shit about going to the SEC and then they get smacked by Arkansas.
the worst team in the SEC.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
one
Welcome,
of the worst.
Welcome. You're going to go to the SEC and it's not going to. I mean,
They got smacked.
And
40
so
21.
so Boon, are you saying USC is the worst loss of the weekend, or are you rolling with Ohio State? Or
No. I think Ohio. I think my number one would be Ohio State. I still think that Texas, just because of what you said, the SEC, like they just lost to one of the worst teams in the last 10 years of the SEC, and they want to go in the SEC. That's crazy to me. Like
Mhm.
they need maybe they need to take a step back. But no, the Ohio State losses, that's terrible. Like having
Oregon
come
might
in,
be. Oregon might
they were
be
down
good.
5. They're good, but they were down like 5 or 6 starters. Like it wasn't like
Right.
they came in
That
their
was
full
crazy.
strength.
Yeah.
They're down players, and they came to Ohio State. It's not like they were at home. They were on the road at Ohio State, one of the toughest places to play, and they won. Like that's.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I didn't see what Oregon. What did they move up in the rankings this week? I didn't
I
even
didn't
see
see.
that.
I didn't look.
see. Did you guys see what the Oregon? I think it was Oregon's safety walked by the recruits. He walked by the Ohio State recruits and said, "You guys should go to Oregon," and just continued walking.
Oh, because Ohio State was hosting.
Yeah, they walked by a bunch of recruits and he said, he's like, you guys should be going to Oregon and continue walking. I think that's badass.
Michigan had a lot of recruits there this weekend. I hope they had no receivers there this weekend, and I hope they had no quarterbacks there this weekend, because why on earth would you want to go to that stupid school and be a receiver or a quarterback? The quarterback guru Jim Harbaugh throws for 50 fucking yards.
So Oregon's
I
up
think
at
Ohio State
right
was a
now.
bad loss. The thing about Ohio State though is, I mean, they can still win the Big Ten.
They're up to 4.
They can. Yeah.
Who's up to 4?
Oregon is 4th now, and Ohio State dropped to 9. So.
Yeah. So my worst loss of the weekend, I agree. Both of those were terrible. USC was not a good. I mean, Stanford sucks, and USC, they're going to have to go for. I mean, something tells me Urban Meyer to USC. I don't know how long.
I was just talking about that.
I don't know how long they can hold out or what he's going to do in Jacksonville, but I can see that guy. I'm already hearing things about him in Jacksonville and not meshing very well. Ohio State. Well, let me ask you guys this question. We're starting to see Ryan Day kind of, it's his recruits now. It's his team now. The Urban Meyer guys are kind of gone. Is there some holes in? I mean, Ohio State's defense is not good.
That's all the reason they lost is their defense. Like, they aren't making plays like they used to. Like they gave up.
Are we seeing a little bit of a transition from the Urban finally into the Coach Day era? And is he not as good? Was he riding the wave?
And I don't know. I think he's still a good,
Urban was getting 5. Urban was getting 5 or 6 5-stars in every class. Like Urban was loading that school up. So,
but it's still the Ohio State name. I just think the quarterback. I don't think Ohio State's quarterback is all that. I thought he was like a stud before this season.
He's only a freshman, second game, 2 tough teams so far.
Yeah,
on the road at
that's
Minnesota.
The thing, yeah. Some of his decisions weren't great, but he also makes some good plays.
I don't think he's the reason that they're. Yeah, I don't think that he's the reason that they're losing. I also think that he's the reason they're not like blowing teams out either. Though if he was the sauce, then they'd be fine.
I think that's why it makes it so.
4 or 5 guys were out, right? And Thibodeau was out, right? The potential number 1 draft pick for Oregon. He was out, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I was
he
driving.
Was out and they had like 5 other guys out.
I was driving to the game and listening to it and trying to update. And by the time I got close to the stadium, couldn't get any service, so I had no idea what was going on in that game. But I think the worst loss of the weekend, and I don't even think it's close. Those ones were really bad. Florida State.
That was bad.
Yeah.
That is so bad because after the first week, even though they lost, there was some Florida State buzz. Now we
talked about it last week.
Gone.
We were all about that for Florida
so
State
mad.
football back, fans back.
I wanted it,
and that makes me mad too. Watching that play happen too, because it was like 3 missed tackles. It
wasn't even a good play. It was like they had to go 70 yards. I think he threw the ball landed with like the 20. He caught it.
Yeah, it looked like that Florida State. The players on the defense were like, we're just going to let him score because they were just. There was 4 guys around him that just didn't seem to try and tackle.
And that's not even a good. That's like Jacksonville State is not even like a good. What are they? FCS, right? Is that what they call it?
I believe so. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even like a good FCS team. They're not even like.
They scored 2 touchdowns within the last 5 minutes.
And that's so embarrassing. They pulled a Baker Mayfield. Jacksonville.
I saw
State
the flag in the middle
on center. I mean, on the 50-yard line at Florida State. I mean, does it get any more embarrassing than that? Actually, did you see the tweet? Did you guys see the tweet going around of the Florida State lineman who proposed after the game? The Jacksonville State players were still celebrating on the field. This guy got down on one knee and proposed to his girlfriend.
You have to cancel the proposal. You have to reschedule that.
What is wrong with you?
Well, first of all, why did he have it scheduled for the Jacksonville State game? Why does he not have that for a big game?
My boy Cookie is a lover, and even he wouldn't do that.
Dude, I would not do that. Are you kidding me?
No chance.
I'd be extravagant, dude.
No.
Are you kidding me? I gotta take a drink for that. This guy's an idiot.
It's one of the worst. It's got to be one of the worst, most unaware scenes. I mean,
that's
young
you
kid.
just have to cancel.
You got to wait till next week.
Yeah, she's not going anywhere. She's forever, right?
Jacksonville State they're still celebrating on your field. The worst loss.
That's so crazy.
So what happens now? Do they fire this guy?
Like who's the coach at Florida
Norvell. Coach Norvell.
And then
I mean-
what year is this for him?
It's year 2, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough loss, man. Florida State. Right after they put up a fight last week.
Yeah, they put up a really good fight too. And that's
Terrible. Let's another cookie video out of the state of Florida. Did you guys see the video of the cats in the Miami
oh my
at the
God.
University of Miami Stadium? Did you see that cat fall and everybody caught it with the American flag?
Well, they caught it and then it fell again. I think. I don't.
Well,
think
they
caught
saved it, and then
fully.
the crowd went crazy. So they just got
Why is
cats
there a
living.
cat?
They just got cats.
Yeah, I was
living.
gonna say, how is there a cat at the stadium? in the
I
middle
mean,
of the game?
you.
Did someone
you,
bring their pet to the game?
No, it's a
BYOC.
a
bring
wild
your own
cat.
cats.
it's like a what I don't know what do people call that? They're like
A stray cat.
they live. I mean, talk about a good life. They live at the
That was at Miami
Stadium.
University?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Miami.
Hey, Cookie.
It's not,
I'm taking Miami this weekend.
the
why, 'cause they got
on
cats
Miami.
living there? Then you better
Michigan
take
State,
the Falcons
Michigan
for
State
every
can't handle
game.
the cats.
cat
I'm on
boy,
Miami.
the cat.
Miami
that-
minus 6.5.
If you're gonna take that, you better take the Falcons for every game. Kanye West lived there for like 2 weeks in the Falcon Stadium.
That's
Vote against the Falcons every week.
That's probably why the Falcons look like shit. They're terrible. They're not
dude,
good.
They look awful.
They're not good at all.
Yeah.
I saw another video. The plumbing broke at the Washington. I almost said at the Washington football team stadium. What a no pun intended. What a shit show that organization is.
That would be one of the worst things at a game. If you're just sitting there and that
And
happens.
just disgusting. Oh, so
That-
disgusting.
Oh,
You know what I didn't realize is they don't serve booze at the Michigan game.
yeah, I
know
was
that?
wondering. I went in there and I was looking around as well.
I think that's a
might be a
I thought that
college.
was I thought
It's
they
a
were like going to
college thing.
change. I thought they were going to change that. Must be since COVID they went back to no serving alcohol.
I
Yeah.
think it's certain schools that do it right now.
Yeah, so you telling me like Wisconsin they don't sell booze at that stadium because then people are wild.
I don't
I'm
think
pretty
they sell
sure-
booze at Michigan State at the Michigan State Stadium.
Got it. I thought
I
they
think
were
it goes
I thought
maybe
they were
by
gonna,
state.
I thought they were going to change that. I think they're making moves to change that before COVID. And I think it's probably just done now.
Yeah, because I went to a couple soccer games at the U of M Stadium and they didn't have any booze.
That explains it all. You ruined everything for everybody as soon as you stepped foot in that stadium. So
It's Cookie's fault.
anything else from college football that stood out to you guys this weekend?
No, I think it was.
I mean, I think that was good. Texas A&M. They were
Yeah, they had a hard game too. They got
They almost lost.
They got a
almost
really good
lost.
defense though.
Yeah, their quarterback, starting quarterback, out for. I'm pretty sure for the season.
I think the game of the weekend, this upcoming weekend, is Florida, Alabama.
Great, yeah, that'll be a
Yeah.
great. I still have Alabama. I don't know if Florida's that good, but
Yeah.
I still have Alabama there.
I think this is going to be the first, obviously the first like real big banger game, because that Oklahoma or that Georgia Clemson game was boring.
That was really boring.
I think we're going to see some fun in this Florida game.
then
Florida's got
Florida
a lot of talent. They got a couple quarterbacks, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't even have a starting quarterback. They're just going back and forth right now, which is.
Yeah.
I mean, I love watching that though.
Yeah, they're both pretty good. But you know, one of the lines I always remembered is if you got two quarterbacks, you don't have one. So you got to figure that out. You know what I mean?
Smart.
So that was really about it. Texas A&M, Georgia crushed it. Everybody else looked okay. So I'm looking forward to the Alabama Florida game for sure. Miami, MSU, a couple other good ones. Yeah, the Iowa State game was pretty interesting. Iowa State just can't seem to get over the hump. I know Michigan fans love the
I think
Iowa State
Iowa
coach.
might be legit. I'm just
Iowa
gonna
might.
put that
Iowa's
there.
got what it takes.
We could clip that in a
So
couple
there you
weeks,
go.
but I think they're
Let me tell you
legit.
something right now. You want to talk about identity? Iowa runs the football every year. That's what they do.
They are a.
They go
solid
get the
program.
linemen to do it. Michigan does not have that. They don't have what it takes. I think we're going to be in trouble in a few weeks. It's only going to take time. We're going to circle back to this. Mark
Yeah,
my words.
We'll talk
Mark my
about
words.
this in
It's going to
few
be a
weeks
rough.
with Iowa.
It's going to be a rough season for Michigan if they don't
Hey,
get that.
I might be either very right about a lot of things or very wrong about a lot of things.
I'm really nervous that Cookie's on my side with Michigan.
Cookie.
I don't know how to
Hey,
feel
this
about
might be
that.
a diabolical plan of mine.
I'm happy I have someone on my back with me, rolling with me.
I love it. Did you guys see the MJ? What's his name? MGK.
With Connor.
Oh my God,
Connor.
yeah,
Is Connor
McGregor.
McGregor? Is he?
Psycho?
Is he insane? Certified?
Hey, certified insane. I don't care, dude. That's my boy.
I think he
Why do
purposely
people
I'll
like
does
ride
him?
with
stuff
him.
like that.
Why do
I
people
die
like
for
him? Why do
I
people
just-
like him?
Me and hey, I got McGregor's back
But why
That's
do
my
people
point.
like him? I don't think I've ever seen him win a fight.
because you don't fuck with the double chop, mate. Or not, mate. Whatever. You don't fuck with the double chop.
I just don't get his. I mean,
Fuck the Mayweather.
credit to him. Credit to him. I mean, he somehow finds a way to get his ass kicked every time and then stay in the mix.
He just knows how to be relevant.
He's a good fighter.
So good at marketing himself to stay relevant.
Yeah.
And he's going to get another fight just because I'm sure he did this. And he's going to have some other tactic that he does to stay
not even that, dude.
in the news.
He was gonna
He'll
get
get
a
another
fight
fight.
regardless. He was gonna get another fight. He was gonna get
MGK.
a Nate Diaz fight.
MGK is a weirdo, but man, does he have quite the lineup of
Toad. How? How?
weapons. I don't get it.
I don't
either.
I don't understand.
Maybe I should paint my nails and get some spikes and shit.
Honestly, that's
So
what I'm
it's
trying
the Ohio stuff there. Man.
Some weird cats. Jake Paul, I saw wants to fight
MGK.
Mazadov. Jorge.
Really?
Okay, dude. If
I
Jake,
mean, that might be internet beef, but
if Jorge, no, if that's okay. Jorge Masvidal, any beef he has is real street beef.
real
Like
dude.
he's
Real
no
dude.
joke.
Real
He's
dude.
no joke.
Yeah, I like
George
that
is
guy.
no joke.
I like
that guy is it. Yeah, street Jesus. That's bad
All right.
Presley's house.
All right, great.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Awesome, man.
Soldier Field to be good.
Great weekend. I know we all got out, got to see some games, got to see our teams. We're gonna know a lot more about them in the next couple weeks. Anything else for the fans here?
Matthew Stafford, please come back to me. I miss
Matthew
you so
Stafford,
much.
we love you. We miss you. Are you up? We made a mistake. We really want you back, and
I miss
please,
him so much.
please, I'll
Please
do
come
everything
back.
right. We'll do everything right.
I'll change for you.
Leave us some comments, like, subscribe to the show, leave us some
Yep.
feedback. Let us know how we're doing. We appreciate all 57 people that watched last week. Thank you so much. We'll keep it going. Did we get more views than that? I didn't check.
I don't know. We went from like 130 to like 62.
It's okay.
We're
We're
rolling.
We're
Just
rolling
getting
now,
started.
baby.
one
We're just getting started.
one episode at a time.
We're
love you
rebuilding with
guys.
the Lions.
Great show. And I look forward to next week. Like, subscribe, comment.
Yep.
2.5
Si-
fans. Cookie.
It's the way cookie crumbles, baby.
Cincinnati -3.5 versus Indiana. Lock it.
All right. I like it.
Love
I
you
like it.
guys.
Have a great week, guys. We'll see you next week. Love you.
There you guys.